Alrighty, welcome back for another thrilling episode of Empire War number 2. This is the second one of a series of videos. Now we're going to go over the conquest. As you can see here, I am going to get some orders here to take out Fondor. Those rebel scum have invaded Fondor again for the last time.
My lord, reports are coming in from Fondor that rebel forces have routed our troops and taken control of some local settlements.
Oh no. We're going to go ahead and do is we're going to start building mining facilities. Now, to get into each one of these screens, I'm just hitting the scroll wheel in. You can also scroll back out. You can double click and that'll get you there as well. Go down here and you notice we got a few tabs here. What we have here is we got the space tab and we have the ground production tab. I'm going to go ahead and pause this right over here. Alrighty, basically the way this works is that each planet gives you a sum of credits. This is how much each planet gives you. Telling right here, it's the day. Now we're going to increase this by building this mining center here. So far this is our total credit production. As you see, it's 560. Pretty darn low. Not too bad considering what we have out here, but as you can see there, we have some room to build a few mining facilities or maybe a few production facilities. We'll just play this by ear. This mission, it won't be attacked anytime soon. As you can see, I'm just checking out how all my planets look. This is the one we just conquered here. So you see Vader's down here. And this is why it was important to do well in the last mission, is because I have all of these ground forces still available to me. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and build a bunch of mining facilities. You see, we want to leave 2 slots at this point. I'm only planning on building 1 academy. So I'm going to take up these 4 slots here for mining, and then I'm going to use this next one for a barracks and for a light factory eventually when that gets ready. As you see, we can still queue up stuff in the build mode here, so I've already queued up some stuff there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to queue up some stormtroopers because I'm going to get ready for this battle on Fondor over here. I'm also going to come over here to Coruscant and we're going to fill up some of these slots here. Now, if this were your standard galactic conquest, then I would probably turn this planet into a more production-oriented planet because it has so many slots available to me for me to produce. As you see, it's got what is this? 6, 7 slots, 8 slots. You can churn out some units pretty quickly with that much production facility space at your disposal. Beyond that, let's go ahead and do this guy over here. We're going to go ahead and scrap that. We'll specialize this planet a little bit. I can go ahead and build a few academies there, and that's going to increase the production of these guys pretty substantially. In fact, I'll show you just how fast it takes to do one. I'm also going to come over here and I'm going to go ahead and start up that space station. Coruscant almost always has its maxed out at the beginning of the map. You see right now it's only 2. I'm going to go ahead and you can only queue up 1 level of the space station at a time. As you see here, I've only got room for 13 more units here. Here's my unit capacity here. Now, I can't build starships without these things, so I'm going to do that. And as you notice here, by building the space station, if you look up to what will be right here, when I hover over it, it'll have a capacity of 10. It's going to add 10 capacity to my empire. So here we go. Alrighty, now let's go ahead, and because we don't feel like waiting today, we're going to go ahead and fast forward. Because I'm not too worried about being attacked. And you can see right now, I just finished that first mining facility there on Agro Deba. Grotto Deba, Ray, whatever. Who cares what its name is? It sucks. That's a shitty planet and you wouldn't want to live there. Anyway, what we have here is we've got the space station just about finished here, but we did finish the mining facility, and as you'll notice now, it's jumped from 70 up by 140 on that planet. Now, some planets will give your mining facilities a little extra oomph, like Aslok 3, where there is a mining bonus. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward now. Now I've already finished the first level, and as you see, my tech's now gone up to 66. So we're going to go ahead and flesh all that out. Now, here is what we're going to do. We have these minor heroes called commanders. I very seldom use the land battle commander. That doesn't mean that he's not useful. Now, you also notice that these two commanders are in separate queues, so I can actually queue them both up, and they will build at the same time. Now, this is just with one facility here, and we're going to show you how long to do it. Or how long it'll take with just one academy. You just see those guys inching along, and inching along, and inching along. Now, we're going to go ahead and build another one there, and we're going to watch this thing speed up. As soon as this guy finishes, this guy's going to build just a little bit faster. Going to go ahead and we're going to finish off this mining facilities over here. So I already have everything else I want on that planet. Oops, wrong one. So as you see, I misclicked there. I had the wrong one. So as I do that, I can just go over there and right click. There's no penalty if you do it like that. If you click anything in queue and just halt it. Kind of nice. Alrighty, back to watching the paint dry. Now, see, this is almost finished. Now, watch this guy build.
Construction complete.
He basically just doubled his rates.
Construction complete.
Now we build another one. And a good planet I found for me to put my facilities on, and you'll probably see why later in a Galactic Conquest map, it seems to be Corlag, and for the academies, that seems to be a good spot to do it. Now these guys have about the same build length time, so we're going to queue this guy up. This guy's going to finish about the same time as this academy. Now you'll watch the difference.
Construction complete.
Look at that guy go.
Awaiting your orders.
Alrighty, now back to live action here. You see we have an acclimator in orbit, and these guys are kind of, they're useful in the beginning of the game. They even can be useful in late game. A whole fleet of those puppies can do a lot of damage. However, the right counters can just send those things crying back to home. We're going to go ahead and build another one. Why I want to do this is I want to go ahead and start getting a fleet ready to help defend this defend my settlements in this map. You see, I typically like to roll with about 2 tartans and about 1 and 2 acclimators in about each one. Now, depending on how tenacious my opponent is, I may add more or less. You see here now, this guy, I'll move him down here. You see how I do this? I just right click on this guy, and I'm going to just drag him slowly, and I'm going to tell him, hey, you go here, you go here, you go here. In this case, I want him to match up with this fleet here. Now, you typically don't get this kind of information. The game is being very generous in giving this to you right now. Usually, to get this detailed level of information, you would have to send a probe out there. And typically, I'd want to leave a garrison on these planets, but I'm not too terribly worried right now about being invaded. I'm gonna go ahead and pull my garrisons off these planets so I don't have to build near as many of them. And actually, what I'll do is I'll also build a set of stormtroopers on each garrison.
Recruiting troops. Enlisting soldiers. Departure vector set.
Go ahead and build our 2 acclimators here. Alrighty, so got my invasion force here. We've got a pretty good size. We got 5 scouts, 8 stormtroopers, and well, you can read the rest. We got my line commander here. As you see, he's going to give me a 25% combat health bonus to all my troops on the ground, as long as he's alive, and he has to be actually in that battle. Alright, we're going to go ahead and bring over one more Tie Mauler over here. Now, I'm also going to go ahead and send over my fleet. Now, there's no space battle that's going to occur here. However, it'll be handy to have these guys in orbit because they allow two things. They allow you to do a bombing run, which requires you to have some way to dispatch TIE bombers or TIE defenders to your surface. You won't have TIE defenders till Forces of Corruption, so you won't have to worry about that near as much. So just accept the fact you'll have to have a capital ship in orbit of some sort. I'm going to go ahead and see. Now I can drag them right off this planet, and I can say go ahead and go here.
Crews are online. Reporting.
You can go ahead and stack them up, just right click and drag them into that stack. Now I can go like this. So you can go that way and you could drag them down, or you could come in, you could zoom in, and you could say, well, I want you to lead this invasion, so I'm going to drag you to the surface. In Forces of Corruption, you will notice that there will be a little box here, which basically means whoever you drag into that box, that's what's going to charge into that battle first. And it's handy sometimes to put certain ships or people in that box and have them kind of scout things out first before you decide what to bring in, because that can make all the difference. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this.